Okay, so sorry, I just need to get back into the game. So I'm calling for the breaking transmission. Apparently, Mobile Legends has its um. Apologies for the breaking transmission. Mobile Legends has its problems. Yeah. Mobile Legends had its problems. I just have to restart the game and so we can get straight in. Okay, so we're coming back in. Okay.
Red team turret has been destroyed. Unstoppable. Double kill. Red team turret has been destroyed. Red team turret has been destroyed. Mega kill.
All right, so welcome back, guys. I'm really sorry about that. That was just MTN and Airtel just messing with me. So I'm really sorry about that. So back there we can see Zaddy though. This is not really looking good for Alphazeroes. This is a clean beat down. It's crazy. It's insane. Okay, say last one is too far. Let me use the mid cam. All right. Let me just do that real quick. Okay. One sec. Okay. So is this better now? Does this look better? This is the mid cam. Pyrian, sorry. Yeah, Jolene. And Glaze Bonds as well. Alright then. So we can get back straight into it. So fire stakes from Zaddy trying to clear the lanes on the mid. Then it's not looking good for Xenagogue. The Lord has spawned already and they're already taking. I love the fact that these guys are not wasting any single second there. You know, Xenagogue just wants to just end things. Let's try coming in though from that end there. Ooh, wait, crossbow of tank from Zaddy. Ashley goes down. It's a brutal team fight. Gets pulled back. I'm offended. Glaze Bonds falls to that one. Last insanity from Zaddy though. Fire stakes will retract back into him. They're trying to take that first inhibitor there. The Lord hasn't come out yet. Or has he been taken down already? The Lord is just coming out. Allied row as well. And honestly, I love the fact that, ooh, and I'm offended, but the black shoes will come through. Just before the Federal strike could connect. Find the slap, the grab, the stick on the glue. But we'll lose the Faraga armor. Zaddy though. Coming in, Susano with a shield there. The bomber special. Florindo using that ultimate there, but comes through. Don't run, Wolf King. As Toby gets shut down by Social Pass. A brutal team fight after Lightning takes out his counterpart. There goes to the split, slap, grab, not finding a host, but the needles and flowers from Ashley will remove that CC from the Glow S1. Federal strike coming in from the fast as well, trying to take down the Lord. Not willing to let it go just easily. Alphazeroes trying to defend with everything they have. I love this. 15-2, they got 2 kills. I mean, at least they saved their face, right? But then again, they say one on that link there. Susano trying to defend. The Spear of Alpha comes in. Glaze Bonds on this one. Luminon Plus will connect though after like with the killing spree as well. Glaze Bonds goes down to Ashley. Crossbow of tank found 1, finds 2. Zaddy gets a shutdown as Alphazeroes retreat in a brilliant defense. I love that. Alphazeroes are not relenting. Okay, maybe when it comes to macro plays and securing turrets, they're not exactly the best. But when it comes to the base defense, That is something there, but last insanity will come in from Zadi, losing the Fire Raga armor, though not completing the 14 space yet, but we'll get the data position, the sticks they coming in, but Irita will get one. Zadi low, trying to find one with the needles and flowers, but Zadi needs to get back. Susano retreats as well. It's not looking so nice. Zadi needs to get back out there. He is needed. His Faraga armor is needed. Jolene though, in the dangerous position there, still having the black shoes, so can easily teleport out of there before that could become lethal. Xenagogue trying to get back to the Lord though. They need to get back there. The objectives are what matters more. Alphazeroes just focusing on defending and clearing the lanes right now. So far so good. The gold lead is closing in, even though it's taking a while, but so if they can continue defending like this, I think Alphazeroes can close the lead in a bit, even though it might not be a complete draw and overtake. But with the way they're playing right now, I think they're starting to prioritize the wave management and the macro pace a little bit, because right now you can see that all the turrets are down for Alphazeroes, and all the turrets are down for Alphazeroes, and they haven't even taken a single one of Xenagogue. It's not looking good. Honestly, it really isn't. And then we can see Glaze Bonds really just fighting against that objective, making sure that as the jungler he is. Actually though, on the gold lane, needs to recall back for that could become lethal. Harrying as well, trying to position here. I don't really know what Xenagogue are up to. They try to force an engagement without their jungler. How's that gonna work out for them? Although they have the heavy crossbow on Toby. Toby has it ready. He's farmed well. 714 KDA, looking so nice. That KDA is looking good. And then the Lord will approach from the mid lane though. We can see, let's move the camera a little bit to Grace Pro, but then flash, slap, grab, but we'll flicker out of there before that could become lethal. Another strike coming in from Social Path. The defense, the base matters. Last Insanity trying to push them out. Don't run, Wolf King. Ashley trying to find the crossbow tank. Doesn't find it yet, but then again takes down Clay's Bonds. After Lightning gets Chimera, but the base is almost down. Xenagogue taking the first one and securing the game one.
Victory!
Honestly, that late game defense from Alphazeroes, I don't really know what they were on, but they showed that, you know, they weren't willing to get beat down easily. But let me hear from you guys. What do you guys think about that last defense from Alphazeroes? I knew that they were bullied in the earlys and the mids, but that last defense and the fact that Ashley really struggled with marking the weaknesses. Ashley struggled so much with marking the weaknesses. So if he had activated the crossbow of tank earlier enough, I think he could have taken out at least 2 people or at least 3 people, you know, before they could have come close, because they knew that Xenagogue knew that the base was what mattered. They can't keep focusing on kills and stuff when they will just keep defending against them, and they weren't willing to drag it out. I love that. Straight to the point and very serious about it. Okay, so someone says 1-1 couldn't find those tanks continuously. Yes, she couldn't find those weaknesses. Yeah, and she couldn't connect well, and that was a problem for them. Honestly, I feel like they shouldn't have gone for a 1-1 if they're gonna struggle that much with using the ultimate or triggering the conditions for the ultimate. Okay, someone says their defense is good. Honestly, yeah, I do commend Alphazeroes for that one though. You know, they have a very good defense. They have very good defense. And then someone says Lilia was melting, so was Irithel. Wow. Well, the heavy crossbow on the Irithel is a very, like we said it is in the early game. We said that the heavy crossbow on the Irithel is very OP, especially when it comes to the late. So I can't really blame her much. She did. You know, they all tried. Okay, I'm not someone to diss squads. I don't diss squads. I believe that sometimes there can be skill differences between players due to teamwork and the level of coordination and the level of experience. But sometimes that can tell as well, even in the games itself. And so far so good. I think if Alphazeroes can coordinate themselves and really go for perhaps a much easier to play marksman, you know, that doesn't really require conditions on the ultimate. Maybe someone like an Ixia, or someone that with you know better or easier mechanics, you know, so that you don't have to struggle and they have a DPS, you know, drawback there in their team fights. I think that can help Alphazeroes quite a bit. And also they could have gone for a better roamer, perhaps one that can cluster the enemies together, that can be preferable. The Lolita Nominum Blast wasn't really doing it for them, to be honest, so that's something. Okay, someone says Harry's easy for gold, but he can't play against every other gold laner. He's most effective against Hanabi and Mel, at least for him. Well, a Harriet gold lane is a meta that found itself recently in the Nigerian. It wasn't really. I think it was like 2 seasons ago they started playing the Harriet gold lane. But then I do agree that a Harriet gold lane is very, very good. I have actually played a Harriet gold lane myself, and that's actually very nice. And then someone says, that's why Nigeria needs gold laners to learn Harriet. Yes. Yeah. Gold laners actually. Harriet is a very nice one. Harriet is a very good. Like I'm not going against what you guys said. Okay. I do come because like I said, I've played it before. I've played Harriet before, so Harriet is actually very good. So someone says no karma to carry. Wow. Well, someone says pick Clint and go ratatatata. Yeah. Clint is actually a very nice one. Easy mechanic, and you also have the trapping recoil. That's his S2. You have that as an advantage. So you get some little bit of mobility there when they come, and immobilization there when they come close to you and stuff. So someone says do you think this one in MPL is MTN your mate? Honestly, guy, MTN is messy. Like, the reason why sometimes Nigeria, it looks like esports aren't really something that is really big in Nigeria. It's one of networks are one of the limitations. I mean, you can be streaming to like a global community and your game will just be loading, and like, bro, unless we are like in a very good area with a very good reception and stuff. So someone says you AI don't run. Honestly, Toby is even asking what's the hold up, because these are the guys that literally just played right now. So what's the hold up indeed? And then someone says 25. That was unexpected. Yeah, it was. It definitely was. Okay. Stu just texted me. Let me just see what I said. Someone says you've been added. Yeah. I've been added. I've been added to the game. Okay. So I've responded that. So I'm gonna keep engaging the comments. Someone says I expected it. Wow. Honestly, but why are they running though? Because why are they running? It's not over. The game is not over until it's over. I know that was a pretty big beat down, but I mean, is running the best way to respond to that? Why not just lose honorably than running? Alright, someone says hero diff, net diff, same shit. I can play Harriet in gold lane. So the fact that you can do it doesn't mean another person cannot or can. So let's not use ourselves as a yardstick to measure other people. Okay, Michael. Alright then, hero diff is in next diff, sha. Well, okay, I'm gonna stop engaging the comment right now. Seems like you guys are just beefing against each other there. But with that being said, they're completing the lobby and they're gonna ready up so that we can go straight into it. Hopefully MTN doesn't do what happened in the last game and we can see the last game, perfectly. So exactly, gluttony, that's exactly what I said. They can fight, but they should not run. It's better to fight and lose than for you to just abandon the game entirely just because you had a total beatdown. It happens. And again, in the end, I know we all battle for squad's reputation and all that, but let's just let that be. But hopefully, let's see if Ashley will go for a much easier marksman now, because clearly the 1-1 wasn't really doing it. Okay, the 1-1 wasn't really doing it. So let's see if they will go for something much easier. But then we are in. So AI versus Xenagogue round 2, and Zaddy will make a ban. Personally, I think the most problematic person in that last match there was the Alpha, because Glazebond really did so well. I mean, the Florine too was supporting, obviously, the Deus Blessing and stuff. The Alpha was a major issue there. So if they take down the Sicilian again, seems like Alphazeroes are really not considering the Alpha a big threat. Like I said, the Lilia goes down though. Xenagogue really trying to learn from their mistakes. Hopefully that is, because the Justin is available, so they should really keep that in mind. And then while trying to prevent your enemy's strength, you shouldn't forget that the metas are there too, and you only get 3 bans in the tournament. So if you are not careful, you can ban things that are not even the major problems, and then your enemies can just play a meta and can be very, very problematic and make it difficult for you guys. So you can see After Lightning here on the other end will make a ban. I really think they should take down someone that can be problematic, someone that can also do things. Maybe take down a Matilda. Wow, That's very nice. That's actually very, very nice. A very nice takedown. I still think there could have been worse takedowns though. Like the Jusin could have gone down. Jusin is available, and now Social Path with the first pick. But Irritel, he locks down the Irritel, stealing that Irritel away from Xenagogue. I like that. I actually like that. But Jolene will respond to that, and Glaze Bonds. Glaze Bonds has the Lancelot, so he needs to make sure he can lock the Lancelot on time. Unless that third ban, there's a very good chance that that third ban is going to be a Lancelot for AI. So Glaze Bonds showing the funny though. Jolene still sticking with the Fasa, and Harin with the Minotaur. That is a pick we don't get to see all the time. Toby with the Broody as well. A Broody doesn't really resonate well with a Minotaur, so when it comes to hero synergy, I don't really see it. But let's see what they're up to. Let's see the remaining picks. So let's not talk too let's not speak too fast, okay? Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Zaddy, though, Chimera still sticking with the Ruby. That is a very good pick. I'm offended. He got those right. And then Susano finally getting the Kufra, the Desert Tyrant from Mount Jelta Drylands. And Glaze Bonds with the Fanny here, though. I mean, she just go for the Lancelot. Lancelot is available. She just go for the Lancelot. But we'll still move Jolene for the Fasa. Wow. Glaze Bonds still keeping a mystery though, wanting to gamble that final ban on the other side. Wow, that's actually crazy. So Glaze Bonds though, still with the last one, and Zaddy still hasn't picked. That's the jungler for AI, by the way, in case you're just tuning in. And then we can see Social Path as well, still haven't picked. Oh, lock down the Hayabusa. That's actually, in a way, it's kind of counterproductive, because the Hayabusa can actually be a very good counter against the Irritel. Hayabusa works well against Irritel if you know how to place. Ooh, like I said, I predicted that one. The last ban is going to be a Lancelot. We saw that coming. I saw that coming. So Glaze Bonds had a chance to lock down his main, and he missed out on that. So this one is on him. Zaddy will go for the link, forsaking the X-Bog. And then we can see Social Path as well with the Faramis. We're going to be seeing some nice occult altars. Glaze Bonds still wanting to go with the Fanny though. That's something that he might struggle with because of this Kufra. It's not really wise, because the bouncing ball of the Kufra is going to really restrain him from moving, especially when this Kufra really works against him and just targets him. And then Glaze Bonds though, showing the Fredrin. I think a Fredrin can work. Here. But then again, this is a very high mobile team. So, we got the link. The link has high mobility. We've got Irritel. There's high mobility there. We've got some level of mobility on the Ruby with the Let's Dance, a passive. And then we've also got Faramis there with the Shadow Stampede. So, I don't really know what Glaze Bonds plans on doing. I still think Lancelot would have been better. But with that being said, that concludes the draft. Let me know your thoughts on this, guys. I'll be engaging the comments. So someone says Kufra kind of situational. Honestly, Kufra would have been a very nice, if the Glaze Bonds had locked the Fanny, Kufra would have been very, very nice against him. Kufra would have been seriously nice against him, honestly. But so I can see someone says this is rather is mobility versus resilience, and it's not looking good for resilience. There's a lot of mobility. That's what I will say. I will say that there is a whole lot of mobility on Alphazeroes side, because damn, look at Irritel and Link, the mobility on two of them alone. That is crazy. I mean, with the Fitch points and the Tempest of Blades. But then Faramis, okay, someone says Kufra here bad, man. Let's see how after Lightning with the Uranus though, that's a lot of regen on that end. So let's see how well he uses it against Chimera. So it's regen versus sustain, or sustain CC, however you guys want to put it. But then again, after Lightning on the other end, okay, I'm just gonna zoom out a little bit. You're gonna give a little bit of attention here to this camera view, so I can zoom it out to the center a little bit. Ooh, after Lightning trying to poke into the other lane, but then Ashley taking one stack of the Abyss Corrosion. Toby as well with the Broody. The guy, one thing about the Broody is that you have a lot of range there. The mid lane is slightly getting hot though. Ashley will recall back. And then we can see Social Path there on the other end. Is that a Purify Pop? Oh no, that's not a Purify Pop. That's a regen use. I thought that was a Purify on the Fasa. Susano though, on the other end. Susano is really trying to give vision here with the spell cost. Uses the spell cost on Harin rather. The EXP lane though, after lightning, trying to cut the lane here. Chimera preventing him from lane cutting, because if he lane cuts, he can actually rotate there. But the little contest, Zaddy will win that one. And then the mid lane there, Zaddy has, well, honestly, I really like the fact that both teams realize that, okay, we've got 15 seconds to the total spawn, and you know, we don't really want to make unnecessary engagements right there. Glaze Bonds will try to cut the lane though. Dangerous positioning there. No support there with their presence at 1k crit damage. Glaze Bonds not willing to follow that through, not willing to turret dive on that one though. His Roma isn't here with him. He just has his marksman. And then Glaze Bonds will retreat back to the turtle. Sociopath gets caught, get taunted up. But the Purify helps him to get out of there. Already starting the turtle for his jungler after lightning here. And then try to zone out Zaddy, but the finish points comes through for him. He will go with a blade of Tempest, trying to get the Defiant Sword, but Susano takes that one. Chimera with the first block, Gauntlet comes out as well. And then trying to chase there with the finish points. Zaddy getting that one down. 2 kills, 1 kill already, 2 assists. Zaddy will invade the jungle. Glaze Bounce respawns and loses his purple buff. Well, a kill for an objective, that wasn't an unfair trade. It's supposed to be an objective for the kill. Objective matters more in terms of priority. Glaze Bonds, though, trying to contest for this little, but will forsake it. And then the Kufra trying to give vision on the other end. Susano, with the spell cost, not having it ready yet. On the other end, you can see the gold lane, the EXP lane. Rube Chimera will fall, though, to after lightning. Susano here trying to give vision. There's a gank cooking up here. Arin will check the bushes like a Roma should. Toby really camping here, really waiting for that right set from his Roma. But nothing is cooking up here. It's Toby still waiting for that set. But Glaze Bonds is trying to catch up. He just needs to farm one more. Toby will use the Abyss Impact on the minions though, gaining 3 stacks. 4-man here. Numbers advantage for Xenagogue. Jolene having the Feather Strike, not willing to use it yet though. Toby. Ooh, there's this link right there. Zaddy engages. Shadow Stampede coming in. Glaze Bonds in a dangerous position. But then the Blade of Tempest comes and Feather Strike. Glaze Bonds falls. Susano gets the kill. Zaddy goes down with him as well. Abby on next on the chopping block. But they will disengage. Both junglers down. That was a trade for trade. 1 for 1 there, a balanced trade. But Toby finding 2 stacks, finding 3 stacks of the Abyss Corrosion, but not willing to use the total part memory. It's under cooldown. Meanwhile, on the EXP lane, after lightning trying to farm here, Chimera still paused. I think that's a network issue. Yeah, from his end. The turtle has spawned though. Chimera needs to move though. And Susano on this part, this jungler, this Roma is really trying to give as much vision as possible on that mid lane. Toby will start the turtle though for his jungler. Glaze Bonds coming in through as well. Positioning here on Zaddy isn't really favorable for Alphazeroes. He really needs to get back up there. Ashley as well coming in to support his jungler. Oron. This turtle, Glaze Bonds starting the turtle already after lightning, trying to zone them attack. Yes, we should have started and beat. Gets caught in it. But there's a 2-man airborne coming in. Zaddy, but Glaze Bonds wins the retry battle as the Feather Strike comes in from Jolene. Toby takes out Susano. Zaddy goes down to after lightning. Glaze Bonds trying to find one. Shadow Stampede, but will invade. Nearly falls, but he will get out of there before that could become lethal. Really, that was nice. I like the fact that Glaze Bonds prioritized the objective. He will come back though. Faramis is back one more time thanks to the vicious retrieval. Glaze Bonds trying to kill him again. Not confident yet, but he will poke for that one. Touching him up right now. Takes him down after lightning. Getting that one. The bouncing ball from the Kufra. I'm offended. Comes in from Chimera. Feather Strike. Glaze Bonds goes down to Chimera after lightning. Really spamming the recourse right now. Dominating in this lane. That's a German cut from the Uranus. Meanwhile, on the gold lane, Toby trying to get as much Abyss Corrosion stacks on Irithel. On the other end, Zaddy not having the Blade of Tempest here, but the Finch Boys will get him out of there before that could become lethal though. Toby on the gold lane trying to take down turrets as much as possible after lightning though, realizing the objectives matter more. Wow. After lightning, They're coming, Chimera. Ooh, dangerous position. After like them get out of there, Chimera. Featherless strike coming in, but they don't run Wolf King. Instead, trying to find mobility with his passive. Let's dance. But it's, the thing about Ruby's passive, Toby falls on the gold lane. The thing about Ruby's passive is that if you're using the passive on, backwards, you get lesser dash distance compared to when you use Ruby's passive or forward. So I think that was one of the things that cost him there. I think he should have just flickered out. I think that would have been better because he had the flicker available. I wonder why he didn't use it. That's his loss. But then again, hopefully he learns from his mistakes next time. So you can see Zaddy here though. After Lightning still ruthlessly engaging here, really shoving that regen on Chimera's face. On the other end though, Glazeborn starting the turtle there, finding the Shadow Stampede, Social Path. Not willing to commit to that though. Glazeborn will engage. Ooh, coming in with heavy crossbow. Pops the occult altar. Dangerous one. Zaddy will try to find one there. Dangerous position there. Bouncing ball. Restricting there. But the Tyrant's rage. Fearless strike coming in. Blood Tempest as well. Zaddy tries to find one. With the demon. Defense over goes down to Toby. The torn apart memory slays Zaddy. Glazeborn engaging. Turret dive. Torn apart memory from Toby. But not willing to find another. Ashley on the mid lane, but Glazeborn will go for the turrets like he should. Prioritizing the objectives is what a jungler should do in situations like this. And then on the mid lane, Sociopath comes back thanks to the vicious retrieval. He will try to give vision around the total objective though, but that's a dangerous one. He shouldn't have to do that. The jungler isn't interested. Glazeborn's trying so hard to catch up, but then will great. The Kufra touching him up here, bouncing ball, preventing the mobility from the Fred Dream, but will get pulled by the ammo offended. Fearless strike comes into support, but Glazeborn gets stunned, but they don't run Wolf King. Ruby finding that one, assisting Toby there. My goodness, that was not good for Glazeborn. I think he pushed that one a little bit too much. And Chimera will try to get back. Toby finds one stack of the Abyss Corrosion. About Lightning after Lightning, a dangerous position, bouncing ball, preventing that mobility once more. Zaddy looking for an opening here, not finding that though. Shadow Stampede coming in from the Faramis, but gets pulled by the ammo offended. The Minion range is not available. We'll use it though. Zaddy takes him down. Occult altar from this Faramis. Oh my goodness, Jolene though. Sociopath goes down, but the vicious retriever will bring him back in 1 second. It's Jolene though. After Lightning gets stopped, but they don't run Wolf King. Still poking those, shoving those HP and that regen in his face. After Lightning, Finch Boy, Zaddy getting out of there before that could become lethal. Glazeborn, dangerous position, not knowing whether to engage, to commit or to disengage. Zaddy appraises rock from Glazeborn. Zaddy will get out of there. Glazeborn slow, needs to get out there as well, but Zaddy uses the heavy crossbow. But then Zaddy goes down after Lightning takes out Ashley. Wow, my goodness. I think they need to take down this Uranus in the next game because, I mean, look at the KDA. Look at the KDA on this on After Lightning. There is a whole lot of kills. 7 kills, and that's looking good. The KDA is looking good. Just look at how confidently this guy is cutting the lanes. Just look at how confident. Like, oh, misses the Tyrant's Rage there. But then we will find out one is done. He hits. Susano will get out of there. Feather strike though. Wrongly used by Jolene there. After Lightning, making sure not to push that one there. Sociopath, dangerous position there. Shadow Stampede finds that one. Sociopath. Ashley still trying to get around this. The heavy crossbow isn't available yet. After Lightning, pushing it a little bit too much. Susano gets caught in it. But then again, Xenagogue prioritizing objective right now. Glazeborn though, try to invade the jungle first before that objective is there. But Toby already way ahead of his jungler, taking this objective. After Lightning, zoning them out like an EXP should. Honestly, Susano right here should really make sure that things go well, because if he doesn't get those Tyrant Rage in on time, because this was something we said about Alphazeroes. We said that, they don't pick heroes that they can find the use. But then Zaddy dangerous position there. Having the Finch Boys though, will get out there with the Finch Boys. Blade of Tempest forced to be used defensively, but the turn apart memory takes him down. Toby gets the kill. Slide of an overextension and will get punished. My goodness, Toby Really taking advantage of the range of the Broody there. I love that so much. Harin trying to give vision like a Roma shot, but we'll walk into that one. Susano though, not willing to commit to that. Roa approaches from the mid lane. We'll get that turret hit there. Harin trying to find the Munean Rage. But after lightning, way ahead of his Roma there, poking really hard in. But the Tyrant Rage comes in. It's a dangerous one. Occult Altar already used. They will force that disengage. Very nice striker as well. Glaze Bonds. Dangerous one gets strong, but they don't run Wolf King. The Lord is taken out already. Harin dangerous position. Not willing to commit to that Chimera. Focusing on defending right now because that's what matters. Sociopath. Really trying to find Shadow Stampede. Finds 3 there. Minion Rage comes in. Put up Tempest as well. Sociopath goes down. But the Vicious Retriever will bring him back. Ashley takes down Harin. Go on Wolf King. Gets stunned. This boss gets taken down by Chimera. That regen there. Bouncing ball. Preventing Uranus. After lightning. We get out of there. Chimera engaging Jolene. This fast has the Vari to get out of there. Uranus. Trying after lightning, poking a bit too much. They 1v5. They just might shut him down one more time. Zaddy trying to fight that one though. Not willing to commit to that. The base needs to be cleared. The base needs to be defended rather. Zaddy making sure that he takes his buff because at this point in time, Xenagogue are really dominating the jungle, all of the jungle. So he needs to make sure that those buffs are taken out using the Defiant Sword on the buff with support from Chimera and Sociopath as well. Wow. That would have not been nice if AI defense is actually still good after lightning strike slightly poking a bit too much on Chimera there. I really don't know why this guy, that Irita is not shutting him down. Susano will use the bouncing ball, racing his hybrid death though. After lightning, still poking so hard. Look, creating room for Glaze Bonds. Glaze Bonds, tossing him up. Airborne. Finds the Tyrant Rat, but the wall isn't close enough to create that storm. Bouncing ball gets taken down by the torn apart memory from Toby. Wow. Honestly, I think at this point, Alphazeroes should stop overextending. Because it's clear that if you overextend, Toby is right there to punish you. Oh, don't run Wolf King from Chimera there. Shutting down 3 man, I'm offended. Finds the full stacks. But the Occult Altar will come through. Fair strike as well. My goodness. That was really brilliant there from Toby. Toby is killing it right now. But there, Xenagogue trying to find 2. Toby attacking the base. But the minions are not giving him room. Zaddy though, Glaze Bonds trying to attack this objective. And honestly, Alphazeroes, they're trying, but it's at least the kill count is much better than it was last time. Last time was just a straight up bullying, and it's crazy. And personally, Petrify Kufra, I don't really know how well that works because Kufra's Tyrant Rage works well with Flicker. I don't know if that guy knew that or not. I don't really know. I don't even know how he imagined it to work out because I really wanted to, and I wanted to see some outplays because I've experimenting with different battle spells on different hero skills is something that can be good. But he has the spell cost though, so he might just use that to get some slight mobility. Glaze Bonds though on the mid lane almost gets slowed and stunned. Doesn't want to get pulled early enough before the Lord we are approached though. Has support from Harin here. Glaze Bonds, Sociopath, dangerous position. Chimera though, the Lord will approach there. Toby just might find that base though. But then there's a dangerous position there. Of course, Alt already used Blade of Tempest, but Xenagogue wastes no time in securing the victory against Alphazeroes as they take game 2. Wow. Honestly, that was amazing. This was a much better performance for Alphazeroes than it was last time. And yes, it's the best of 3, but this is pretty much it because Alphazeroes Xenagogue already won 2. So that's everything for tonight. So with that being said, I think that's it. That's it, guys. So my last words I'll say is good games, guys. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties I experienced earlier, and hopefully the next time it's gonna be Stu that's gonna be streaming, so you guys will have better performance and better stream quality there. I'm streaming on mobile, so obviously the quality can't be compared, but then again, I appreciate you all that were patient with me through it all, and I thank you all for tuning in tonight to watch the Gauntlet matches for tonight. With that being said, I'll see you all in the next one. Good night. Oh, thank you for the comments, Didi.